Gaming is a really expensive and time-consuming hobby. It feels like great games come out way too fast, and I never have enough time to beat all of the phenomenal 30 to 50 hour long games as they come out. I totally understand how precious the time is that we get to sit down and actually play a game, and I also understand how expensive gaming can be. So I've compiled a list of 7 affordable games that I've been playing recently that I think are well worth your time. To be clear, I'm not affiliated with the developers or publishers of these games in any way. I'm just a fan of good video games, and these are simply some recommendations that I just wanted to share. Moon Remix RPG Adventure is a game that was way ahead of its time. It was originally released in Japan in 1997 on the PlayStation 1 and is one of the first examples of an anti-RPG or a parody RPG. A lot of the development team for Moon would eventually form Skip Limited and create Chibi Robo. In Moon, you're absorbed into an RPG world where the hero is constantly attacking animals, and your job is to restore love to this world. You do this by catching the souls of the animals that they killed and by helping out and interacting with the townspeople in the world. There's a day and night cycle, and each NPC has a unique weekly schedule, which you're encouraged to learn to help them through their problems and restore love to this world. Moon has an incredible sense of humor, its style is really neat, and you actually get to choose the background music through the Moon Disc system. Here, over 30 independent musicians came together and created songs that you can listen to as you walk through the world. The music in this game is so decidedly unique, and I think that really explains the game as a whole. Moon is a really charming and lovable game. It certainly is a product of its time though, so if you don't really know what you're doing, it may be a little tough to find your footing at first. This game came out during an era where enclosed manuals were an industry standard, so the game does expect you to be familiar with the information in that manual. Thankfully, the folks at Onion Games, who were responsible for localizing this game, also went through and translated the manual as well. If you are interested in Moon, I recommend using the manual to get started. I've attached a link to the manual and a walkthrough that should be helpful if you need it. However, once you find your footing, I'm sure that you'll find a whole lot to love about Moon Remix RPG Adventure. I've previously talked about my adoration for the Mario Golf games. Mario Golf N64, Toadstool Tour, and World Tour are genuinely phenomenal games that are easy to pick up and tough to master. Those games have kept me entertained for hours, but there are a couple of other Mario Golf games that don't get the credit that they deserve. Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color and Advance Tour on the Game Boy Advance are really neat games because they really made the most of the hardware that they were on. Camelot really tapped into a creative place while working on these games, giving them a full RPG campaign all centered around golf and rising up the ranks. And while I am using this segment to remind you that the Wii U and 3DS eShops are the best place to get pretty much the entire Mario Golf series minus Toadstool Tour and Super Rush, my actual recommendation is for Golf Story, a game that recaptures the charm of those handheld Mario Golf games while having a personality of its own. I've recommended this game before in my Super Rush video, but I want to shine a spotlight on it again because I really do find it to be that fun. Golf Story basically takes the premise of Mario Golf Game Boy Color and Advance Tour and polishes it to a T. It doesn't just improve the golfing though. Golf Story is constantly coming up with new and interesting scenarios to keep the golf gameplay fresh. I don't want to spoil too many of these moments, but I mean, come on. In what other game do you eradicate zombies through the power of golf? Golf Story is a really fun and charming game that I really think more people should try. It also has a sequel in development as well, so definitely keep an eye on that. What the Golf is another golf game, but this one has a neat little twist. See if you can spot it. The whole game is this clever. You definitely won't be bored with this game. A short hike is the definition of short and sweet. This game can be purchased for just a few dollars, and it is a super relaxing experience. Your goal is to climb this mountain by collecting golden feathers. There's all kinds of cute characters, the music is so relaxing, and it is all killer, no filler. This game takes like an hour to beat normally, but it's so much fun to try and collect all the feathers and meet all of the characters. While it is really short, I think a short hike makes a really great impression really quickly. Mini Motorways and Mini Metro are really adorable and dangerously captivating puzzle/sim games. Your goal is to simply create functioning societal structures for people to carry out their daily lives. If a business or station does not receive enough visitors for its demand, you lose. So you'll be creating paths for vehicles and using motorways and roundabouts to keep traffic flowing and prevent your businesses from timing out. Mini Motorways just captures my attention for way longer than I'd care to admit. I love these types of simple but challenging puzzle games, and if you are also interested in them, definitely give Mini Motorways and Mini Metro a shot. I'm about halfway through Yakuza 0, and I gotta say that this game already has me hooked on the series for more. It's a tense crime drama with beat-em-up gameplay that's actually fun, and it also has an insane amount of mini-games and side content to explore. If you're the type of person who only buys a game once in a blue moon, so you want something that you can play for a while, this is definitely a great game to pick up. You can get it for a really good price, and there are hours upon hours worth of content here. Yakuza 0 might not be everybody's cup of tea, but if you want a game that can provide high-stakes main story with a diverse selection of lighthearted side quests and mini-games to get lost in, Yakuza 0 is absolutely for you. Thanks so much for watching. I wanted to make a list of some fun and affordable games that you can play that are well worth your time, so let me know if you enjoyed this video, and I'll definitely consider making another recommendation video. The links to purchase each game are in the description below, and if you made it this far, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. The majority of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, and subscribing is free and really helps me out a ton. Thanks again, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.